Welcome to Booze and Glues, a justifiable excuse for two friends to spend time together, cross crafts off their to-do list, and, of course, drink. With glue guns and wine glasses at the ready, join Jessie Shepherd and Tabitha Davis as they attempt to simultaneously chat, craft, chug and charm. Will they consume alcohol? Definitely. Will they actually accomplish anything? Debatably. Will they bitch and complain? Inevitably. Will it be a bloody good time? Absolutely. And if things don't turn out just as planned, well, that's okay too. Because booze!
Welcome to Booze and Glues. This has everything to do with what we're doing. Tonight, we're finishing up some old projects and starting a new project that has been waiting to be started for almost a year. I bought some fabric to recover cushions for my outdoor chairs, so we're gonna pin them up and get them ready. And hopefully I can get them sewn and outside before it gets to be summer.
We got a new puppy at work, you guys.
Oh, really?
My boss is bringing her dog to be a therapy dog.
Oh, that's awesome.
She's the cutest. Let me show you a picture.
So, do they have to do special training?
No.
It's just here's a puppy to hang out with?
Yeah. She just makes sure that she gets lots of socialization and works with kids as she's getting older.
Okay. So she is well behaved and is accepting of their attention.
I mean, look at this little thing.
Oh, I think you did show me a picture. What kind of dog is it?
It's a mini Australian Shepherd.
Oh, a mini.
Oh,
I love
adorable.
mini.
I mean, holy shit.
Well, mini everything. Yes.
She's the freaking cutest.
What's her name?
Marley.
Oh, yeah.
We did talk
you
about
did, yeah, because we talked about Marley and me.
Oh, yeah, because I said next time I go to work,
Yeah.
there's going to be a dog.
Aw. So she's hangs out at the office all day.
She hasn't been there all day yet. And she wasn't there today. But
I mean, that sounds like a pretty good gig. You just get to hang out with a dog all day.
Yeah.
That sounds like fun.
You know.
Every once in a while, someone brings a dog into work, and it's always drama. Because, I mean, people have service animals, and that's understandable. But when we're trying to maintain a sterile environment to do procedures in, and there's a dog, shaking right behind the patient or something, it's I don't know if that's the greatest.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. My favorite was the lady who brought a dog in a stroller.
What kind of service is that dog doing for her?
Full on. And it was the most, I thought she had a baby because she had the little thing covered and kept talking to it and all this stuff. And I just assumed there was a baby in there with them. And I said something oh, is this your child or your grandchild? And she was oh, it's our dog. And she pulls a little thing back and there's this freaking dog sitting in there.
That's not a service dog. This is my...
Yeah, but you can't ask anymore, so...
You can ask what specific task they've been trained to do.
Yeah.
Which is not sit in that fucking stroller, I can tell you that much. But
yeah. I mean, there's so many intangible things. This dog senses when my blood sugar's low.
But there's a task, if your blood sugar's low, there's something that they're supposed to do to notify you. So
right.
They're supposed to tell you,
But I mean, if you ask someone that, they can tell you that, and that is all.
Well, right, yeah. They can only tell you the task, but...
Yeah.
That's what makes me... I don't understand why they shouldn't be required to show papers. I don't need to know what disease you have or whatever.
Right.
I just think you should have a card that says, this is my service animal. Because we get people all the time that are this is my therapy dog. That's not a service dog.
Yeah, it's different. An
Yes, it
emotional
is.
support gecko is not.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, like what specific task does it do? It comforts me. That's not a specific task. Like we can't have that dog in here. We've got kids in here. If something
Right.
happened, like
Right.
we can't be like,
Liable
for that.
for
And
your
then they get so
pet
fucking mad.
attacking
Yeah.
somebody. Like,
I'm like, I'm sorry, your dog can't be here. Like,
yeah.
it's a service dog. No, it's not.
Yeah. We, like, our policy basically is just not, we just don't even get into it. Because it's very gray area.
Huh.
And then if it's something legit and somebody thinks that they're being like discriminated against, then it's, you know, a problem. But yeah, I mean, we don't have like kind of the same situation. Like people usually have like lap dogs or something and they're just holding them. I
And we
have,
have like kids like in the lobby all the time.
yeah.
So like people walk in with a dog, we have to tell them there are no dogs allowed
Right.
in here. And then they're like, this is my service dog. So then we have to
Okay.
figure out if it's actually a service dog.
Yeah.
With the 2 questions that we're allowed to ask.
Right. I did have to go out one time. Our clinic was extremely busy and we had just a lot of people in there. And granted, we see a lot of patients in a day, but also those patients usually have at least one other person with them because they're getting dilated and having some kind of treatment. And so they have to have somebody drive them and all that. So it's always like there's like a convoy of people coming through. But this lady had her little dog and just had him sitting on a chair when there were like people standing
Oh god.
in the lobby. And I had to like go out and be like, ma'am, you need to like put your dog down so somebody else can sit. And she's like, oh, he can't be on the floor. And I'm like, then hold him on your lap. Like he doesn't get his own chair.
My god.
The humans are standing, but you know, make sure your dog has his own individual chair. And it was like a tiny dog. There's no reason she shouldn't hold it.
But yeah, so I don't understand why service dogs can't have like an ID badge.
Right.
I
Have it
don't
be
get that.
like a regulated thing, just like.
Like those vests that you see some dogs
Right.
wear.
But they don't they're
But you
made
can
it so
buy
they don't-
that vest on Amazon
Right. But yeah, they
But
made
they
it so
usually
that you
tags.
don't have to wear that. Or
that you can
whatever.
buy on Amazon. And you can print out little papers that say you can purchase basically a certificate for your dog that says that they're a service animal. I mean,
Oh.
there's just no like regulation over it.
I
but-
just think there should be.
I mean, if they have to have like regulations and training, I mean, it just probably would be really like costly and maybe the government just doesn't want to get into it. But I mean, yeah, if there's like certain levels of regulation and training, then you know,
for it to be a qualified service dog, that person spent thousands of dollars on this dog. 'Cause
Right.
It's gone through like
Tons of
intense
training. Yeah.
Because dogs just don't just wake up knowing how to tell you have low blood sugar
Right.
and let you know about it.
Right.
Well, I think, I mean, yeah, essentially it'd get down to like having, like, just like having a driver's license.
Right.
Only these certain people are allowed to drive because they have cards that say, I did the test.
Right.
I spent the time.
I think my work, the only time I see an animal is like once a year.
Right.
But that animal.
When a bird flies into the window.
No, but there's a bunch of squirrels outside. But I don't count that. We actually have a lady that like, I think she's 2 years in a row. She brought in a baby kangaroo,
What?
little Joey.
The heck?
Next time she's scheduled, can you let me know?
Sure.
I'm about to come visit you at work.
I can't remember what her name is, but
What is wrong with your brain? Somebody has a baby kangaroo and you can't remember them? That's insane. I know people's names for the dumbest reasons. Like, oh, that's the guy who always brings rocks.
oh,
That's the guy who has a hole in his shorts and likes to show his scrotum to people.
Wow.
There are people I know for like reasons. Baby kangaroo would be big.
I work with actresses and other ones.
Oh, please.
So I'm granted they're usually second or the background people, but anyway.
Baby kangaroo, way over actress.
Oh.
I mean, come on. What are you thinking?
I work with a lot of people who do zoology.
Do they bring the zoo with them?
No, they don't.
Just her?
Just the lady with the
Just
baby
lady with
kangaroo.
the baby kangaroo, yes.
How baby was it? How big did it grow in a year? Does it have a pouch? Is it a girl? Is it a boy?
I didn't check under
Did
the
she
hood.
have it on a leash?
Is she gonna have was it in a backpack? Did she have a pouch?
I-
Did she keep her baby kangaroo in a pouch?
I don't know.
How
A
big
bag?
is a baby kangaroo?
I mean, it was yay big.
Year
a foot
one,
tall?
it was like a foot tall, like a rabbit.
No, like when I'm not saying it was a year. I mean, this is when I saw it.
Yeah, year one you saw it. It was
Yeah.
it was a rabbit size.
Yeah. And
Cat
I mean,
size.
So, I mean, it got, I guess, a little bit bigger. Not like outrageously.
How old does a kangaroo have to get to be big? I mean, I'm
Oh
assuming.
my gosh.
Jesse just looked up baby kangaroos on the
Baby
interwebs.
kangaroos are born at only 2 centimeters long.
Oh, well, yeah, that's they hang out in the pouch for like the first year
They
of their
actually have to
life.
crawl. They have to go from when they're born. They have to crawl up their mother and
Yeah, they
find
do. Look
into
at-
the pouch.
And go in the pouch. It attaches its mouth in
And
one of the
there's
4
nipples.
Nipples in there,
teats and then enlarges to hold the young animal.
Amazing. So how old is a cat-sized baby kangaroo? I mean, maybe that thing's like 3 already.
I don't know.
I mean, if you're saying it didn't grow that much, she was still like carrying around a baby kangaroo. Year 2.
I don't think it's like,
Was it a year apart? I just assume she came for taxes and then back again for taxes.
that's usually, that's all we see people.
Okay.
Barely do we see anyone else. It's like, hey, I'm here and bringing stuff over. And
I'm here in October just to say hi.
yeah. The only time they do that is when they're like, oh, hey, remember those extensions we filed? Here's the rest of my stuff.
Those are coming up, huh? Oh man, you're like gonna be going into tax season.
Yep. Already starting.
It's gonna be. We're not gonna be seeing you for a while. You're gonna be busy.
It says after many years of living inside the mother's pouch,
Shit. Many years.
it comes out. You might think a kangaroo is now allowed to hop around, but there are rules.
The mom kangaroo sit him down and be like, "Listen, Joey, you're gonna have to stay within 1 foot of me."
And I like how they're all named Joey. Joey 1, Joey 2, Joey 3. We need to listen up here.
No, on Winnie the Pooh, baby kangaroo's named Roo.
Right? And the
And
mom's name
Mama's
is King.
King. Get it?
Yeah.
Oh
I
man.
freaking love Winnie the Pooh.
How old are they before they get to hop around willy nilly
Well,
without rules?
that article literally just went from after a couple of years, they have to stay close and eat grass, and then they're full-grown adults and form a mob.
Fuck! A group of kangaroos is called a mob?
Apparently.
Oh, I have such mad respect for them now. I mean, I always knew they were kind of badass and could like beat you badly.
Right.
But a whole group of them's a mob. Oh, we should all dress up like kangaroos for Halloween and have a mob.
But the way some
Mob.
people say things is just so funny. Like, okay, kangaroos are social and live in groups called a mob. A herd or a troop, but I like mob better.
Yeah, definitely stick with mob.
But kangaroos are the only large animals that hop as a primary means of locomotion. Like, why do we need to talk like that?
Kangaroos hop to get around.
Yeah.
Like, good lord.
Locomotion.
It just tells me how big they get.
How big do they get?
Um,
I'm thinking like 6 foot tall, but that's probably me over exaggerating.
okay, where did it just go?
That's
4
at
to
the top.
5 feet, probably.
Okay, so the largest one is the red kangaroo,
Mm.
and head to rump can be 5.5 feet.
Head to rump. But then
That
that's not
doesn't include
including
the
their
tail.
legs.
And then what?
That's not even including their legs then.
Well, their legs are like right where their butt is, but then their tail can add another 45 inches.
So they can swing that around and whack you like a stegosaurus.
Yeah, and they weigh about 200 pounds.
Shit. Do not mess with the mama kangaroos. But those babies.
The smallest kangaroo is the musky rat kangaroo.
Oh.
It's only 6 to 8 inches long, full
What?
grown,
What? And it's actually a whole kangaroo.
and weighs only 12 ounces.
Oh my god, does she have a breed of kangaroo that's just tiny?
Its rat-like tail adds another 5 to 6
I don't think
inches.
so.
I gotta get one of those. I'm sure it's
Musky
illegal.
If I
rat.
see her this year,
Inquire.
I'll ask her.
Hey.
a
Oh
bunch
my
of
god, it
questions.
just looks like a rat, you guys.
Ew, no. Never
It
mind.
literally just looks like a rat.
Take it back.
What is it?
I want to see.
That's a rat. That's not no kangaroo.
Yeah, no, that's a creepy rat. It's
Yeah.
Splinter from Ninja Turtles.
That's just a rat.
Some people
Just because you say it's kangaroo, it doesn't make it a kangaroo.
I could call any rat a kangaroo.
Oh, this is the kangaroo variety.
This one looks kind of like a kangaroo.
Oh, that one is cute. That other one was real ugly.
No, I saw 10 pictures that look just like that.
Oh.
They've got all these different types.
Do they have tiny pouches?
Oh, that I don't know. Wouldn't that? It's got to
Wallop?
make them a kangaroo, right?
What qualifies you to be a kangaroo? I mean, a kangaroo is a marsupial, and there's wallabies. Does she have a wallaby?
I don't
Brad,
know.
you gotta find some stuff out. I don't
Apparently.
understand how your brain works. How does someone present with a kangaroo and you not say, how old's that kangaroo? Is it a boy kangaroo? What kind of kangaroo is it? How big's it gonna get?
I just started hopping like a kangaroo, like most people do when you see a kangaroo.
No. I have to know. This is a local person?
Okay, so
Mm,
Oh man.
yeah.
I didn't do
You're-
the tax return.
Well, I mean, the fact that you have a baby that's not fully developed doesn't make you a kangaroo. It just makes you marsupial.
Okay, so that's the marsupial category, which must be wallabies fit in there and something else, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Tree kangaroos and wallaroos.
A kangaroo monkey?
You don't what? Kind of actually.
A tree kangaroo? That's a kangaroo monkey.
It kind of looks like a.
I'm so jealous. Y'all have laptops open and are looking at all these cool pictures.
It's adorable though.
What makes
Oh
you...
no, that thing's fucking scary.
It's a-
Look,
what?
its arms
Look
are
at-
as thick. Look at how thick its tail and hands are. Jesse, look at that thing.
That's a tree kangaroo.
If I can just, for people who can't see Jesse, explain the look she just had. What the fuck? I take back what I said about tree kangaroos. They're terrifying. What was the other? What's a wallaroo? Is it
Oh.
is it like a mule?
No. It's like a black kangaroo.
In its broadest usage, kangaroo refers to any member of the family Macropodidae,
Mm-hmm. You're up on your Latin, I can tell.
Mm-hmm.
which comprises about 65 species.
Oh. Macropus.
But like, is there something that makes them that? Like, you know, mammals are mammals because they have live birth and whatever. So that's a wallaroo?
Yes.
Okay, but so is it, that's what I'm saying. It looks like a combination of a kangaroo and a wallaby. Like, is it like a mule where it's like two things bred and now it's a thing?
Well, but who breeds them?
No, they bred on their own. You can't control love, Brad.
You can if it's the only thing you got.
Okay, so the tree kangaroos are the only kinds that don't rely on their hind legs for moving.
Yeah, no, that thing looked much more like a wolverine.
And the tail helps them
Yeah.
balance. Each long, narrow hind foot has 4 toes, the large fourth toe bearing most of the weight. The second and third toes are united and merely vestigial.
So if you cut off a toe, it's going down.
Well, not if you cut off the
Well, it's
second
like
and
if you
third
didn't-
toes,
if
they're
you didn't have
vestigial.
Your fucking big toe, you'd have some real issues.
But we can cut off your tail and you'll be fine, Brad. And we should. We should cut off your tail.
No. Then I won't turn into a big giant monkey when it's a full moon.
Okay.
They all have 5
I
fingers.
think Brad just admitted he's Bigfoot.
No comment.
5 fingers. Well, their hands only have their hands have more
Mm-hmm.
than their toes.
And they're all
Okay.
sharp clawed, and the thumb is not opposable.
Okay.
Other than that, they're just like humans.
Who hop around at 70 miles an
No,
hour.
the arms. The arms are just like human arms.
Oh, okay.
Oh, like wrist,
Right.
elbow. No, I thought you were saying the whole thing.
Right, that's what I thought.
Besides that, they're just like humans. We share 95% of our DNA with frogs, y'all. I mean, we're just 5% away from being a frog.
Mm.
They're green. They're slimy. They have super long tongues.
Which is most people, right?
Cold, reptilian kind of cold body situation.
Yeah.
Other than that, just like humans.
Just like humans.
Oh my goodness. I really hope that a kangaroo and a wallaby got to fucking, and that's how we got a wallaroo.
Probably.
Bang, 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 bang.
I think that would be great. I'm excited to name this episode. We just gave people so much marsupial information.
You learn something new every day.
Every day. For real.
Like, I learned the word distaff.
Ooh.
That means woman's work.
What the fuck? Who used it? I'm going to punch him in the throat.
It was like on this vocabulary thing I was listening to. It was like teaching you words you didn't know.
Woman's work.
Yeah, because
That's
like
woman's
distaff originally was like, it's like a part on like the thing that you use to like wool yarn
A loom?
or something. I don't know. So it's like a part on that, and then it
You
just
just said wool yarn, which are 2 fabrics.
you know what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
It's the thing they use to cotton polyester, you guys.
Like a spindle?
You know I don't do this.
Yeah, a loom, a spindle.
spindle.
Oh, yeah, because I have my spindle and I use it all the time.
But it's that
Darn.
whatever it. That's what the piece is called, and then just morphed into just being just all of what, because women typically did that.
Oh, yeah, because men had their thumb on him.
Mm-hmm. And then
What?
I don't know what that means, but I agreed and was moving on. And
You don't know what that means?
The rule of thumb?
They're like oppressing them. Squish them down.
Just
Why
their
just a
thumb?
thumb? I mean,
Find their boot on them.
okay.
You've never heard of the expression of like having someone under your thumb?
I have.
Google it. Maybe I'm making things up. Yeah. I was thinking maybe it had something to do with like, oh, that's something the staff should be doing.
That's bad.
And that's why they're like, yeah, you ladies take care of it. Men basically married women to like be their slaves back in the day. Like that's all it was.
Well, they
It's
were
just
going
like-
to
Isn't that
war.
why people have kids?
I'm
That's what I
going
thought
to
kids
use
were for.
you to create children and also take care of everything. Right?
Sure.
Brad says yes. That's your current plan, right, Brad?
To get a woman under my thumb and then
Get her under
breed
your
her?
thumb. Yes.
Yes.
I knew it.
How did you know?
Oh my gosh, I asked Blake how they're getting from like the airport to the family, and they're making an Uber.
Dude, you gotta be a real good friend to pick somebody up at the airport.
Well, but like his parents flew today too. That's what I don't get. Why everybody took different flights to go to the same place to meet the same people. Just
Oh.
none of it's making sense to me.
Gotcha.
I'm like, okay, whatever.
Matt's parents.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what is Blake? Blake is going to a golf tournament in Arizona?
It's the Phoenix Open
This is the one you always want to
that I've
go
always
to.
wanted to go to.
Yes. With the loud, crazy hole. Right. Loud Crazy Hole is a good way to explain things.
I didn't
So
necessarily.
that's my cover band's name.
I just told Blake, I'm like,
That's
you
Courtney
find out all the
Cox.
kids-
Not Courtney Cox. Courtney Love.
Those are very different people.
Yeah.
Loud Crazy Hole.
Oh my god.
Well, that's fun.
Yeah.
He's just using your upcoming trips to gain a little leverage on.
Well,
getting to
yeah,
go
I
do
mean,
some
I just
fun
feel
stuff.
bad because, like, I can't do anything else this year. My mom was, like, listening the other day, and I'm like, Mom, I really don't record this, like, for you, you know? Like, this is, like, my personal life. And she goes, what? Do you think I'm a prude or something? I was like, no, I don't think you're a prude.
You should have. You should be like, Mom.
I think I understand what you're saying though, because it's like a very intimate thing, and we're just
Yeah.
by ourselves, and we're talking, and like the abstract of other
And I
people
talk
were
about
listening
stuff
to
that I
it.
would never talk to my mom about.
Right. Yeah, but like the abstract that other people might actually listen to it is like a kind of an outside thing. So
Right.
I think, but there's something like very cool about like being very open and vulnerable and telling the truth about stuff. I think it's good. Like other people listen to it, they know like the truest version of yourself, you know?
I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I used to get always asked by my grandmother about, the stuff of, I hope you're using protection in that uncomfortableness.
Yeah,
And-
she could just listen to the podcast and she'd
And yeah.
know that you
bet
already have herpes.
I bet at this point that
Exactly.
I bet at this point my mom, instead of saying you're using protection, she'd be like, "You're not right,
I know.
I want them
grandbabies."
grandbabies.
You stop taking your pill, Brad.
Yeah.
Don't tell Blake. It's fine. Okay, listen to this. Keeping someone under one's thumb to maintain authoritarian control over someone, to continually force someone to submit to someone's will. They seem happy when out and about, but I hear that Johnny keeps his husband under his thumb at home. I like how it's an updated version.
Well, yeah, like I love that this is a gay couple. Okay.
I know.
I mean, domestic abuse sees
I don't
no sex or race.
There's
That
also
is
apparently
true.
a song, Under My Thumb, is written by Mick Jagger and Keith Richards.
Oh my goodness. Mine was from an actual dictionary.
Mine's from Wikipedia.
Yeah, why are you on these shitty websites? And
Why
I'm
are you
like,
looking up Urban Dictionary and Wikipedia? Who cares?
I'm on Google, and these are like the legit sites.
But you know that Google uses an algorithm to like trend things towards you that would be most interesting to you. So to me, it gave, here's an actual dictionary definition. And to you, it gave, here's this janky bullshit because you're on some weird sites.
Ouch. Ouch, Brad. Ouch.
Mm-hmm.
Tab got you, motherfucker.
I plead the fifth again.
First 4 sites were porn sites that had definitions of stuff. I mean, come on, Brad.
The first one I didn't. It's like it didn't even.
Porn Dictionary is not a reliable website.
How about phrases.org?
Do you know how much kids would probably learn though if there's like some bitch like sitting on her computer like that's actually really smart but just doesn't have any clothes on? These kids are just like, okay, like my math. This is one of my math problems, and she's like, okay, like 2 + 2 = 4. You do it this way. Kids will learn.
Are you talking about if she was naked and doing this?
Yeah.
She should just use her thighs as a whiteboard on the inside.
Okay.
Brad's thought about this apparently.
I think Jesse was going more top visual.
Yeah, I wasn't going full blown. Like we're talking about kids in school here.
You just
You
call
touch
it
boobs at school.
naked tutor. Strip down learning.
Ooh.
Anybody else?
I'm now suggesting let's cut this podcast, and we're starting another business.
Podcast over.
Say start over.
No,
This has gone too
it's
far.
not too far. No,
Brad's just like, podcast over. Who's taking their shirt off for the
Right.
for the
this
school
is for
site?
the children.
Want to make an impression on our youth. Boobs in biology.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Oh, I think, yeah, you could definitely look into that, Brad. I mean,
On it.
you know what? Girls need it too. So
Yeah, I mean, Brad,
need
when
a
are you
guy.
taking your pants off?
don't
What?
take your pants off. Just take your shirt off. Girls don't need that.
Penises aren't that cute.
They're
really.
not.
Like,
They're more for fun.
Can
also,
you
though, I don't really think
teach
vaginas are that cute.
butt first? No, they are not.
You can talk with your butt.
No, I just mean you could just teach and be talking, but it can just be like a shot of a man ass.
Sure.
And then in the corner, like FaceTime, there he's like got the whiteboard and talking. But mostly,
Well, see, that's the problem. Women want something so much different than men want.
Yeah.
Men just want naked. They don't care. And women are like, no, he needs to like have glasses and like
I want his hair to be just so.
a
And if he has a
teaching-
dimple,
Well-
a teaching
can he wear a
stick
bow
can-
tie
Yeah.
only?
What's his profession?
A teaching stick.
What are they called?
Like a pointer. And then later, when I fail my class, he can beat me with that teaching stick.
Ooh.
See? Tab's got it going on. She knows.
It's like she's been on these sites and has seen it before.
And
Man math.
then you got all these girls that are now failing school because they just want to get hit by the naked tutor. I've been a bad girl, Mr. Dick. I don't know.
Mr. Dick.
Mr. Richard.
Mr. Dick Richard.
I feel like we could come up with a better name.
Oh, like Dr. Junk.
Yeah.
There's a chiropractor in town called Dr.
Yes.
Junk, you
Really?
guys.
He
Yeah.
sponsors. He always sponsored the Chico Heat games, and there'd be a giant like.
Every time when you're walking out, I'd be like, bye,
Dr.
Dr. Junk.
What's up? And like, why didn't he go into like being a urologist or something?
Right.
Don't know.
That
I-
would be
I think
a
that was
proctologist.
Definitely his calling.
Probably more urologists would be up that alley. Kid do vasectomies all the time. Oh, I'm going to get my vasectomy from Dr. Junk.
Oh, gosh.
I mean, that would be pretty epic.
I don't want to say I'm going to the chiropractor. Who do you see? Dr. Junk? Getting like that?
I think I shorten it. Dr. J.
Yeah.
He sounds cool.
I mean, I'm sure he's just a really lovely guy.
Yeah.
I really am sure, but
I'm sure he is.
what an unfortunate name.
There are lots of unfortunate names out there. I don't really understand why people don't just change them, but to each his own, I suppose.
If I say a name, can we cut it out?
Yeah.
We can cut out whatever you like.
Actually, don't cut it out. I want to hear a beep.
I don't know if I can.
You can probably use the section of me going beep over Jesse's.
Gotcha. I could do that.
There's a lady we work like.
We have to slow it down a little bit. Because when you start talking too fast and then me trying to cut something out real quick in the middle of it, it's kind of hard because then I have to really get it.
There's this girl.
I just meant the
we
name.
Work with, and she's a total, like baby boomer. Her name is
beep.
Oh, gosh.
That's lovely.
She ain't changed her name.
We had a moon fang, which I was like, dude, that's just code. That's a vampire. They're telling you, or a werewolf, I mean. They're telling you right there in the name. Like, at the full moon, I get a fang.
Wow.
We emailed a guy today whose name is Wing Fat Kong.
Wow.
That was just real unfortunate.
Oh no. I just feel bad for people sometimes. I really do.
I would just change my name.
I would.
I mean, you've changed your name before. I've changed my name before. Like, people expect it all the time out of women.
Well, Boobs and Biology is up for grabs as a website. For what I'm-
Boobsandbiology.com. What about boobsandbiology.boobs?
don't know if they have dot boobs.
There's everything. There's dot vodka.
Okay.
How about naked tutor dot boobs?
We'll try it.
I just think naked tutor is like it's very self-explanatory.
Naked tootie.
Just
That's what I want it to be. Naked.
right down to the basics.
Naked tootie.
All right. Well,
Is there a dot boobs extension?
Hmm.
We don't know.
don't know.
We can talk so much shit about him while he's out of the room.
God,
And then he can listen to it.
Like, it's not recording at all.
Then he can listen to it later by himself. And be like, oh, sad. Yeah, we would. Good, he's finally gone.
So how are we gonna force Brad to quit?
I know. He just said he was going to quit. He said he wants to quit. I think we should just encourage him to do this
Encourage it.
naked tutor thing. Yeah. And then we can just keep going. But we'll pretend. We'll change the night we record and we'll pretend like we're not doing it anymore. We'll just be like, oh, yeah, we're done. But how's that boobs thing going?
How's that boobs thing?
Oh, my goodness. Well, what else is going on in life, Jess?
Dude.
You're being...
I feel like nothing and everything all at once.
Well, the problem with being an adult is that it's like nothing exciting, but you're always busy.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I have to do this and this and this.
Everything
and you have this.
costs me money.
Yeah. You have this giant list of things to accomplish. And then at the end of it, it's not like you did anything because things are just like cleaner than they were.
Right.
It's terrible.
It really is.
Yeah. We're
Anything
doing
with
the
you?
same thing. Not much. I am looking forward to I think we're gonna try to take the boys to a Sharks game this spring.
Sounds fun.
Remy's birthday is gonna be coming up shortly. So getting ready for that a little bit. And I don't know. I'm really hoping this stormy, rainy weather lasts a little while longer, but I know it's going to be spring in like a second here.
Yeah, I'm not hoping. I'm just so glad that we're not a part of the, what's it called? Vortex. What's happening in the world right now? I keep wanting to call it a portal vortex. But that's not the word. Oh my gosh.
I saw a meme about this.
Have you not been watching the news? It's like polar vortex.
Yes. No, I don't watch the news.
It's like literally below zero, like in most of America right now.
Yes, I do know that's happening.
Except for that, if they're calling it the polar vortex.
Oh, okay. I guess I just wasn't up on the lingo. I know that there is cold weather.
10 people have died.
Oh, that's sad.
Mailmen aren't even delivering mail.
Cops
That's
are
probably
telling
for the
criminals to
best.
stop doing crime so they don't have to go out there to stop it.
It's like literally blowing my mind. I can't even fathom what negative 57 Fahrenheit feels like.
Well, obviously you've never been anywhere where it's really fucking cold.
That's colder. In Minneapolis, it's colder there than it is on the top of Mount Everest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
What?
I have been in temperatures like that. It's gnarly. And being a kid, I remember like still wanting to like go play outside.
Mm-hmm.
We get all bundled up and we'd like make a trek 5 feet out the door and your like lungs hurt. You can't even breathe and like your nose hairs freeze instantly and it's not good. And we're just like, okay, we're going back in. And yeah, with the like wind chill, it was like negative 84 one time when I was back there.
No
And-
fucking way.
Yeah, it was wild. That was in North Dakota.
Yeah, I think Alaska is where I got, I think, negative 52.
Yeah, that's crazy. Have you talked to your family? How's little Brad doing?
Brad, he's fine, I guess. I think I made fun of him not that long ago for some reason.
But you haven't checked to see if he froze?
Well, I'd assume he'd tell me if he did.
Nope.
Oh my god. Not if he's dead.
Kind of like when the earthquake happened. I was like, waiting for them, and I was like, hey, guys still alive? They're like, oh, we're fine. I'm like, all right.
Well, I mean, someone will
They didn't
eventually
even mark
tell
themselves
you.
safe on Facebook. Rude.
They probably don't have Facebook there.
I know Alaskans. They have Facebook.
I know, I'm teasing.
They've got their own Facebook.
I do too. Yeah, when's he coming back to visit?
I don't know.
We don't have Chico Heat games to go to this summer, but we'll find something fun for him to do. We'll give him a fake ID or something.
I mean, if he had it his way, he'd probably move here in a heartbeat.
Aw.
Does he love you, Brad?
No, probably not. Probably loves everything else, the weather, the ladies,
The video games.
the video games.
Sometimes
Exactly.
I think my brother loves me.
Well, that's just in your head.
Jeez. My brothers definitely love me. I don't question it whatsoever. They might not like me as a human, but they love me.
Oh my gosh, my picture of you came up on my... I have like a bunch of like wedding pics or whatever that come up on my computer, they like cycle through on my desktop.
Oh, yeah.
And one came up of you today, and Trish walked in, she's like, I just really like Tab. I was like, me too. It's like the one where you're like got this funny face. I'm like laughing at you. You know, I'm starting that one. It's cute. I like it.
Yeah.
And she's like, I mean, I just hope that she goes through this world and is like, I'm so cool. Or she like said something like that. Like, she's just so fun and unique and awesome. And I just hope that she
Oh,
knows.
wow.
I
Trish
was
is
like,
blowing my head
Dude,
up.
she loves you. She loves you. I was like,
I love Trish, too.
it was very
She's
sweet.
a sweetie.
I was like, yeah. She's
It's actually a very high compliment, like, I feel like, for Trish to like me. You know what I mean?
Trish to like somebody, it's like me liking somebody.
Yeah,
That
I'm
means
like,
you really,
Trish likes me.
you made it through like some severe judgment, and
You just made it. No, but I mean, like, she's awesome, and I'm like, oh, if she's that awesome and she likes me, I must not be doing too bad.
She was the first person I met at your wedding.
Really?
Yeah. I was standing there. Just,
We were there, Brad.
sorry. The second people that I met there, because apparently I met you at the wedding.
She's the first stranger you met?
Mm-hmm.
I cannot figure out how to get these damn things. I'm still working on that fucking vinyl. I have said the F word tonight a lot. I don't usually do.
I don't feel like you have.
Not on the podcast, but here in your house I
Oh,
have.
just in my house. Well, my house brings that out in people.
Fuck it does.
I have a very, there's like vibe in here that says, like, if you want to say fuck, say fuck.
I haven't decided how I'm going to do cursing with my kids yet. Because I know Blake won't ever stop, so it's going to come out.
We didn't really when they were young, because it's when they're small, they just repeat things and they have no idea what they're saying.
Yeah.
But once they like got older, I just kind of got over that and was like,
Gave less shits.
look, I get to say things. I'm an adult. When you're an adult, you'll get to make these choices too. Like, and it's not okay for you to say this because the world frowns upon it. Personally, I cuss because I don't think cuss words matter.
Right. That's what I think. I think if you make it seem like such a bad thing, it's like they mean more.
Yeah.
Like, I remember my mom was always so like, no. And then I got to junior high. Holy majolies. I
It just
cursed
came
like a sailor.
flying out. Yep. Me too.
It was so bad for a while. So bad.
Yeah. The boys definitely like are aware that I cuss. And for a little while, Remy was kind of like, Mom, you're saying a bad word. And that's a lot of like school influence and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
And so I kind of sat him down and like talked with him in depth with it a little bit more and was like, look, like these are bad words. Like people decided that these words were bad. They're not inherently bad.
Yeah.
You know, like we've assigned meaning to them.
Right. Courtney and I were talking about the R word the other day.
Yes.
And how, like, at one point, that's just how you
People just said that.
describe those people.
I'm
but
listening
then
to a
people put
book
this connotation on
that
it.
was written in the 80s, and they, like, are not saying it like they're trying to be derogatory, but they're literally just saying it because, of people had mental disabilities or whatever, but they're, like, kind of thrown around. And then there was a spot where she said something about, like, he looked at me like I was not gonna say it, but I was like, oh, wow, this is crazy.
Yeah, because
but
it used to be a thing. Like,
yeah, I mean,
the ARC in Chico, it's the Association for Retarded Clients or something like that. That's what it stands for.
Oh my gosh,
That's why they don't say that anymore.
Right, it's called the ARC.
They just call it the ARC. But that's what it was, a acronym.
Yeah.
That had
Isn't mental retardation like a thing?
No, not
anymore.
anymore. It's developmentally disabled is the appropriate term now.
Well, why does it always got to change?
Because people put a bad connotation. People started saying, "Oh, you're
using
such a
it
retard."
as a derogatory term. It's the same thing as saying gay. Like, people say that in a derogatory way. Like, it turned from a word that people use to a word that people use as a, like, derogatory slang. And so people have been like, okay, you can't do that.
Actually, it's funny. Gay was actually a negative thing before it became being known as, for homosexuals.
Gay
No,
was
it was
also
a
a happy
happy
thing. Like,
As well. It's gone
have
through
you ever
so
listened
many...
to Christmas music?
I know.
Yeah.
Every time that comes on in a song, I giggle. Just because, like, we don't use gay like that anymore.
Because you're 3.
Well, that's like queer. Oh,
yeah,
that's queer.
Everything goes through.
No, when you become like a coach with Special Olympics, you have to take an oath that you won't use the R word.
I like that.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
But what if you're singing along to the Black Eyed Peas?
Yeah, honestly, there's a lot of stuff in songs even that I'm like, whoa. Somebody is like
Jesus.
Peeling out.
rally racing out my front yard. Yeah.
It's wild.
I think,
Life is just wild.
kids are going to hear cuss words from other people and media and things like that, even if you are perfect around them all the time,
Right.
or even like just sitting in a restaurant, somebody might be saying something in the booth next to you or whatever, So
Yeah.
I think you just have to give them a realistic expectation.
It's funny because as much as I think I curse, I somehow have like this really great way of like compartmentalizing my
Yeah,
life.
you just filter when you need to.
Yeah, because like at work, I don't.
Yeah.
Like every once in a while, like if I'm talking to Janelle about like personal stuff, I'll let it out because I know Janelle doesn't care or whatever. But like that's about it. And then even the other day, I said something to Trish about like how I said a bad word. And she was like, wow, like you must have been really mad because you don't ever curse, And I was like, oh my gosh, like I do so well
Around
at work.
you. Around you.
Right. I'm like, okay, I have succeeded in life because I managed to stay professional here.
That's good. Yeah. I don't know. The boys are getting to a point now where, like, little stuff will kind of slip, or like, they'll be trying to say something else and like something comes out that sounds a little sketchy, And so I tease them a lot, and I'll be like, did you just say fuck? And they'll be like, no, oh my God, no. And I'm like, are you sure? It sounded like it. And, they're like, all still like, no, Mom, I swear. Well, I'm sure
funny.
there's going to come a day in the probably not so distant future where they're like, yeah, I did.
Right. What are you going to do about it, Mom?
I'm going to say use it when it's appropriate.
My mom would let me say like a bad word after like, she'd be like, you're 7 years old. You can go ahead and say piss now. She'd be like, oh, you're 9 years old. You can go ahead and say damn.
7-year-old running around is like, piss it.
You piss ant.
My mom went so far as there was, Martina McBride was huge when I was like
Yes.
a kid, right? Like early 90s. And she had a song that was Shut Up and Kiss Me. It was so popular, right? My mom wouldn't let me say shut up.
Oh, wow.
So I like distinctly remember singing that song, and I'd have to go shh and kiss me.
Oh, my goodness. That's intense.
It was intense.
It's very intense.
I had a 6th grade teacher that didn't let us say shut up, stupid,
Stupid's a good
or
word
sucks.
to not say.
So it was, please refrain from speaking. That's lacking at innate intelligence.
Oh, jeez.
And you do not meet my current expectations.
Well, I know you've talked about it before, where you tell your kids like,
Yeah.
come up with a better word.
I'm just like, saying this sucks is just being lazy.
Yeah.
So tell me, eloquently what's going on.
Until they get older. Mom, this sucks. Say something better than that. All right, this fucking sucks.
Yeah, no, that's not going to fly either. They can say, this is fucking ridiculous. I am sick of these people who are not doing their job, or
I'm a 30-year-old man, Mom. Leave me alone.
they can explain why. That's fine. But yeah, I just think it's lazy. This is dumb.
Yeah.
I'm like, no.
There's some day where they're going to need to write an essay about why they disagree with something, and they need to have better words than it just sucks.
Yeah, that's lame. It's lame.
This shit blows.
Yeah. I more and more am just so proud of them and how cynical they are about everything.
I hope to goodness that my kids get a lot of Blake. I feel like he has such a better outlook on the world and people. People.
It's not that they're like down. They just question. And
well, that's
I love. They're not like,
when I think cynical,
everything's
I think
terrible.
of me where I'm like, everybody's the worst.
yeah, no. I think more just the like, is that really how it's supposed to be? Or why are those people doing that? Just because everybody else does?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or we've always done it this way. That doesn't mean you
So?
have to keep doing it that way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
I like that. If you can just teach your kids to think for themselves, question things,
Right.
they're already so far ahead.
Well,
Yeah.
they won't be in the army.
They won't be sheeple. That's when
If we're in a war, I'm going to be
Sheep
upset that you
and people.
Gosh.
I like that we're just mixing species today.
Gonna make some centaurs and minotaurs and
Ooh, what'd you get? A cinnamon?
yes. It's exactly what we got.
If you do the centaur and the minotaur, what I want to know is,
Just a horse.
do you end up with 2 ass ends
No?
or 2 head ends?
Of the same species or different species?
Well, because otherwise you just got a hairy beast or a man.
I don't know.
Minotaur head on horse body?
Minotaur.
Because if you go the other way around, it's just dude body on dude legs.
Wait, no. What?
Isn't he kind of hoofy? Is it
Okay,
just
so Minotaur
legs?
is I guess a boar, buffalo, whatever you want to say, with head with a human body.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
A
And a centaur
is
a
horse
body.
with a male
Human
with a
torso
human.
head.
Thank you.
That's what I'm
Well,
saying. So if
yeah.
you mix the wrong parts of those, you just get a dude.
Yeah, you just get a man. You just-
It's just a man.
This is my mom and this is my dad. I know they're cooler, a lot cooler than I am. I'm just a man.
Cinnamon.
Cinnamon.
Oh, that's why it's called cinnamon.
What?
Because
So-
of the naughty things they did.
Back in the day, that's how we got humans.
I think you're better off buffalo had horse body.
Buffalo head horse body.
That sounds like a more interesting thing. Although, that man might have the longest torso.
That would be crazy.
Because it's basically like a whole body and then plus torso head. He'd be like really tall, but it would be in his torso. All of his length.
Yeah.
It'd be awkward.
I don't want to. It's gross.
I don't want to think about that.
Think about it.
All right. Well, someday Jessie's going to get her beautiful labels up for her spoons. She did hang her spoons, and labeling
Hanged the spoons.
is next. So she'll have all her measurements up, and we'll take a gorgeous picture and share. And someday I'll have my cushions covered, and also take a picture of that. Maybe I'll just take a picture of the fabric.
Like when I took a picture of my spinny wheels and
Yeah.
just took a picture of the wheels, but you can't really do anything with them at this point.
Mm.
I mean, technically you can spin them. Just pick a spot, like, stick something on the table, spin the
Spin it
thing,
around, yeah.
and whatever hits closest to it, boom.
Actually, this year my goal is on average to not go out more than once a week the whole
Yeah.
year. So we typically know, like, we're like craving something by the time we get to like go out.
So you can go out 52 times?
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't go out a lot, like, during the week, but we usually do at least one night with the kids on the weekend.
Yeah.
And then we're at
So you guys are never
Woodstocks
even
for
home
trivia
together.
on
Mhm.
Wednesday nights, so that's technically going out too. So I guess I'll have to limit mine to 1.5 times. All right, well, find us on the social medias. I apologize for all the horrifying talk.
Today was
Mhm.
great. It was new and interesting.
It really was
Never heard this shit before.
brand new.
Actually, I'm sure there's a podcast all about kangaroos.
Yeah, but it's more fun
What
to
about
get it
eating soap and
from-
pooping?
unqualified people.
I love information from unqualified people.
Yeah. And also in context of a bunch of other random shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's my favorite information delivery system.
So we're basically like asking Facebook questions.
Yeah. It's like trying to get answers from a Facebook newsfeed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't want to be compared to anything on Facebook.
I want to be compared to Facebook.
Ew.
I want to be Facebook.
Okay. I wish you didn't say Mark Zuckerberg.
Oh, him I don't need to be.
You can find us on Facebook. We're not on there a ton, but I think I'll get a notification if you send us a message or something. And we do post on Instagram and also Twitter. And you can like and subscribe us and share us on iTunes. And we need more iTunes reviews. I don't think the last one that somebody did went through. So Jessie and her cheerleader song.
Yeah, fuck that.
So, yeah, we need some more Facebook reviews. So if you feel so inclined, we would really appreciate it. And I guess that's it. Drink up.
You got craft to do.
And goodbye.
Bye.